Kurunji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurunji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurunjischoolnkl.in.
Today class, we are going to discuss about first parallelogram law of vector addition. Parallelogram law of vectors addition. Okay. We already discussed in our last classes, we already discussed triangle law of vectors addition. Triangle law of vectors addition. So, by using the concept of triangle, how we added the given two vectors. The given two vectors. So, that we discussed in triangle law of vectors addition. Okay, right. So, here we are going to discuss about parallelogram law, parallelogram law of vector addition. Okay, right. So, here we are going to add two vectors now. One is A, another one is B, right. So, first my sincere request is, please try to understand this picture. Whatever I drew here on the board, please try to understand the picture. So, it is OP. So, from O to P, it is vector A. From O to Q, it is vector B. The angle between two vectors is theta, right. Now, we are going to add these two vectors, that is what, A and B, okay, right. So, just we are going to extend. So, this with the dotted lines here and here, and this R is the resultant of these two, that we are going to calculate now mathematically. So, till that you have to remember this R is the vector quantity which is the resultant of A and B, which is the resultant of A and B. The angle made by resultant vector with A vector or horizontal is alpha, right. Okay. So, now we are going to join from Q to S and P to S with dotted lines, right. Next, we drawn a normal from S to N, that we extended this point N is joined to P. So, Pn is also joined with the dotted lines. Similarly, we also drawn a normal from P to OS, that is here met at M. M is the letter where the normal what we drawn from P met this OS. Okay, right. So, this is about the picture. So, here OPSQ. I will repeat once again. OPSQ is a parallelogram. That is the reason this method or this process is called as parallelogram law of vector addition. If you observe carefully, if you understood completely, here this is what parallelogram law, no? So, by using parallelogram, we are going to add two vectors, those are A and B. So, here already we represent that is R is the resultant of these two, but we have to calculate mathematically, right. So, it is like a proof, right. It is like a proof, it is like a derivation to calculate the resultant of two given vectors. Here two given vectors A and B represented by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. Two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. The angle between these two vectors is theta. So, that is very important. Ma. So, the angle between resultant vector and the horizontal or to the A vector is alpha. Okay? Right. Now, we are going to the derivation. See here. Let OP and OQ represent the two vectors A and B making an angle theta. Making an angle theta. Then using the parallelogram method of vector addition, OS represents the resultant vector R. See here, OS represents the resultant vector R. R is equal to A plus B. R is equal to A plus B. You just forget about this because it depends upon the angle between the two vectors that I will tell you afterwards. You just forget about this. Generally, he has written. Now, you go for derivation. From geometry of the figure, here OSN is a right angle triangle. OSN is a right angle triangle. At N, the angle is 90 degrees, right? So, you know very well, right angle triangle means what about the sides and what about the angles, okay, right. But anyhow, here at N, the angle is 90 degrees. So, Pythagorean theorem, we can write hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Okay. So, OS square is equal to ON square plus SN square. So, this is ON, it is SN. So, whenever I am explaining the derivation, every time you have to see the picture. Every time we need to see the picture. Okay. Right. So, this is from Pythagorean theorem when we applied to the triangle ONS. It is a right angle triangle. It is a right angle triangle. Okay, right. But ON is equal to OP plus PN. No? ON is equal to OP plus PN. Right? Okay. OP is what? No? A. OP is A vector. Right. PN is what? B cos theta. So, whenever it is B, this is also B. So, now I need to repeat one important point, that is also the property of vectors what I told you many times, right. That is, one vector can be shifted into anywhere in that plane without changing its magnitude and direction. Without changing its magnitude and direction. Okay, right. So, here if it is B means this is also like B. You can shift it without changing the magnitude and direction. So, when it is B cos theta. This is B sin theta. When it is B, this is B cos theta, this is B sin theta. Yesterday, while explaining resolution of vectors concept, I explained you, so how that cos theta formula and how that sin theta formula. Cos theta is equal to, right, adjacent side by hypotenuse, right, sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, right, that and all we discussed yesterday. At the same time, tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side, like that we discussed. Okay, right. Now, come to the point back. So, here ON is equal to OP plus PN, mathematically, geometrically. Okay, right. So, PN is what? When it is B cos theta, no. So, here Pn is equal to B cos theta. So, finally, On is equal to A plus B cos theta. A plus B cos theta, right. Then what about Sn? See here, right. So, whenever it is B, it is theta, this is B cos theta, this is B cos theta, and this will be B sin theta, this one be B sin theta. So, when it is B sin theta, automatically parallel to that. So, Sn is also B sin theta. So, we are not changing the magnitude of B, that is very important point. We are not changing the direction of B. Without changing the magnitude and direction, one vector can shift anywhere in that plane, okay, right. So, see here, OS square is equal to, already we have written here, see this, OS square is equal to ON square plus Sn square. So, ON is A plus B cos theta whole square, plus Sn is b sin theta whole square, right. So, you apply a plus b whole square formula here, a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta plus b square sin square theta. Okay. Sorry for saying here I did not write square, right. You have to imagine here square is there because b sin theta whole square no. So, it is b square sin square theta, b square sin square theta. Okay, right. So, here b square cos square theta is present, here b square sin square theta is present. Just we are writing b square outside, then from these two terms b square into cos square theta plus sin square theta, right. So, a square plus b square into cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2ab cos theta. Okay, right. So, sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, right. So, that is from after. So, after this step you can write like this. Actually, r square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. R is equal to square root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, right. It is like equation 1. So, it is we are assuming equation 1. Okay, right. So, this is the magnitude of resultant vector. Keep in mind. So, the magnitude of resultant vector of a and b vector, the magnitude of resultant vector of given two vectors which are a and b is r is equal to square root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Okay, right. So, our derivation not completed because vector is a physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction, should also satisfy the triangle of vector addition and parallelogram law of vector addition also, right. So, here we found the magnitude of resultant vector. Now, we are going to find the direction of resultant vector. Okay, right. So, now again from triangle OSN. So, this is OSN. From this triangle Sn is equal to OS sin alpha. It is alpha. Alpha is the angle made by resultant vector to the horizontal or a vector, right. So, whenever it is r, this is alpha, this will be r cos alpha, this will be r sin alpha. Okay, right. So, from triangle OSN, observe this picture. Sn is equal to OS sin alpha, OS sin alpha. OS means what? That is r. OS is equal to r. So, from triangle OSN, Sn is equal to r sin alpha, r sin alpha. Next, from triangle PSN. So, it is P, it is S, it is N. So, it is also right angle triangle. OSN is also right angle triangle, PSN is also right angle triangle. From triangle PSN, Sn is equal to, so this is Sn. Sn is equal to PS sin theta. Sn is equal to PS sin theta. Okay. So, it is PS ma, when it is theta, this is PS cos theta, it is PS sin theta. So, now I am writing Sn is equal to PS sin theta. PS means what? It is B vector, no? I will repeat once again. I already told you, but I am repeating because it is important point. It is important point not only for this class, entire. So, till the completion of vectors chapter, we have to keep in mind one vector can be shifted into anywhere in that plane without changing its magnitude and direction. Okay, right. So, from triangle PSN, Sn is equal to B sin theta. Sn is equal to B sin theta, right. So, therefore, see here ma, it is r sin alpha, that we know, it is B sin theta. So, both are parallel to each other, no? Both are parallel to each other, and because of having equal magnitude, you can write r sin alpha is equal to B sin theta. R sin alpha is equal to B sin theta. So, you just take this sin theta to a left hand side and take this sin alpha to the right hand side. Then r by sin theta is equal to B by sin alpha. R by sin theta is equal to B by sin alpha. So, for our convenience, we are assuming it as equation 2. equation 2. Okay, right. Next, similarly, Pm is equal to A sin alpha. Pm is equal to A sin alpha, right? So it is A. It is A. It is the alpha. It is the alpha. So just same process. So how we are writing Sn is equal to R sin alpha. Sn is equal Sn is equal to B sin theta. Similarly here Pm is equal to A sin alpha, that is equal to B sin beta. This is the beta. This is the beta. This is B, right? So then automatically it is B cos beta. It is B sin beta. It is B sin beta, and it is the alpha. It is the A, right? Then automatically it is the A cos alpha. Here it will be A sin alpha, right? You have to imagine, because resolution of vectors topic completed for us. So we have to be in a position to resolve a given vector at any time based on the angle how much it makes with the horizontal, right? Okay. Otherwise, if you know the angle made by a vector with the vertical also, no problem, you can resolve, right? But we want to know the angle made by a vector with either horizontal or vertical, okay, right? So similarly, Pm is equal to A sin alpha, that is equal to B sin beta, right? So just take this sin beta to left hand side, sin alpha to the right hand side, then A by sin beta is equal to B by sin alpha. So for our convenience it is equation 3, right? Okay. From equations 2 and 3, if you see that right hand side term is same, so it is B by sin alpha, it is also B by sin alpha. So that I am writing R by sin theta is equal to A by sin beta is equal to B by sin alpha. So it is equation number 4, which is called as law of sines, So all are sines only here, right? So in case of parallelogram law of vectors addition, the law of sines will be like this: R by sin theta is equal to A by sin beta, that is equal to B by sin alpha. Okay, right. From equation 4, shall I write like this? You just imagine yourself, you just understand yourself. Just I am taking these two, R by sin theta and B by sin alpha, right? So that I am writing sin alpha is equal to B by R into sin theta, right? Next, from equation 1, so where is the 1? This is the 1, right? So from equation 1, tan alpha is equal to. So here from equation 1 means you should not see only equation 1, you have to see the picture also. So beginning I told, throughout this derivation, when you are watching this video, you must observe this picture carefully, okay, right? So from this picture, tan alpha is equal to, generally what is the formula for tan alpha? Opposite side by adjacent side. So what is the opposite side? SL. What is the adjacent side? ON. ON is nothing but OP plus PN. So then B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. Tan alpha is equal to B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. Okay, right. So now we derived a magnitude of resultant vector. We derived an expression for magnitude of resultant vector and direction of resultant vector. What is the direction of resultant vector? Alpha is equal to tan inverse of B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. Okay, right. So one related problem to the parallelogram law of vectors addition, you can easily understand, because just now we completed derivation, no? That is right. First I will read the problem, listen carefully. A motor boat is racing towards north at 25 kilometers per hour, and the water current, so the flow of water in that region is 10 kilometers per hour in the direction of 60 degrees east of south. Okay. Find the resultant velocity of the boat, right? So in one river, a boat is there, and water, the flow of water is also they have given, speed of water flow, right? That is 10 kilometers per hour, and board speed is 25 kilometers per hour. So, you can draw this picture based on the given information. So, in physics it is very important, for every problem first you have to draw the picture, okay, right. So, it is north, south, west, east, it is the resultant vector, and theta it is phi, it is 60 degrees. So, they have only given, and next it is VCM. So, speed or velocity of water flow or water current. Next it is VB is the velocity of boat, right. So, it is VB, it is VC, right, it is VB and it is VC. So, now the angle between, and by using the concept of parallelogram law of vectors addition, you can write VB square plus VC square plus 2 VB VC cos 120 degrees, cos 120 degrees, right. So, when it is 120 degrees, so if you substitute the value, then if you substitute all the values, so including VB, VC and angle, you will get it as approximately equal to 22 kilometers per hour, 22 kilometers per hour, right. So, it is what resultant velocity of boat, resultant velocity of boat. So, please keep in mind velocity of boat will be different from resultant velocity of boat, because if the water is at rest, if water molecules are not moving from one place to another place, velocity of boat is equal to resultant velocity of boat, but here river is flowing, no, that is right. Next, applying the law of sines. So, whatever we have here, that is the law of sines. So, if you apply that, r by sin theta is equal to Vc by psi phi, and substitute the given values, so that you can find the value of phi, it is approximately equal to 23.4 degrees, okay, right. Now, we are going to see the continuation topic, that is motion in a plane. So, position vector and displacement, velocity also, velocity also. So, same topic already completed, but once again we are seeing in terms of pictorial representation along with some derivation, okay. See the pictures, just if you observe the pictures carefully, you can easily understand. See the first picture, it is the position of an object or a particle. It is x axis, y axis, unit vector along x axis, unit vector along y axis. This r is giving the position of an object or particle from origin, right. See here, the object moves from here to there. So, this is the first position, it is the second position. Delta r is the displacement, delta r is the displacement. So, direction of velocity is the direction of displacement. So, it is the delta y. So, difference between these two positions, and this is delta x, difference between these two positions along x axis, it is along y axis. Similarly, you come here, here we are talking about velocity, right. So, it is position vector, it is also position vector, are two different instants of time, it is the direction of velocity. So, direction of velocity gives the tangential direction. So, the tangential direction to the path gives the direction of velocity, right. So, here and here same, just the second position is changing. Here first position is same r, here it is r1, then it goes to r2, then it goes to r3, it goes to r4, dash 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 rn. So, the final position is changing, initial position is same, but final position is changing, okay, right. Now, you come for derivation, delta r is equal to r dash minus r. Next, substituting the respective values. So, it is the r dash vector, it is r, then finally I into delta x plus j into delta y. So, what is delta x? Means you have to take it as x dash minus x mathematically, right. So, delta y is equal to y dash minus y. So, this is all about position vector. Then if you go for velocity, you know very well, velocity is the rate of change of displacement. So, it is the position vector which is giving displacement. Position vector means difference between two positions, initial position and final position, right. So, this is what we are substituting. Then finally, I into delta x by delta t, j into delta y by delta t. From that you can write V bar is equal to. So, if you have written like this, then Vx is equal to delta x by delta t, Vy is equal to delta y by delta t. The same thing what we have written repeated here, that one you can write limit delta t tends to 0. So, what is the difference between these two? So, the displacement as displacement is a function of time, displacement is a function of time. So, if you apply the limit as time tends to 0, then the displacement will be small. So, it indicates the bigger displacement value, it indicates the smaller displacement value, right. So, similarly vectorial form here, then finally we are getting I cap into limit delta t tends to 0 delta x by delta t means dx by dt will come, right. So, finally Vx into I cap plus Vy into j cap. So, here generally we have written, but here how we got this one step by step. Then finally, right. So, whatever I told here written here, and then V is equal to Vx square plus Vy square, it is what you know very well, right. So, by using a parallelogram law of vectors addition, you can write this one, and the direction tan theta is equal to Vy by Vx, theta is equal tan inverse of Vy by Vx, okay, right. So, next class we will continue with next continued topic.